He's the scariest man I've ever met. Just because he's angry with the local government, he came to the island with all kinds of weapons, and he killed everyone. What's even scarier is that the film turns out to be a real event that happened in Norway in 2011. To be sure, Anders has been preparing for 8 years. On the day of the operation, he wore a police uniform prepared in advance. He went to the government building, and after lighting the fuse in the van, Anders turned away in another car. A guard was about to go up and check on the situation, and the next second, the car exploded. With an explosion, all the surrounding buildings were damaged, and people passing by were injured and even killed. Such a serious terrorist attack soon reached the ears of the Prime Minister, who immediately ordered all police to rescue. But the Prime Minister had no idea that thug Anders had foreseen all this. Anders took advantage of the absence of police in the city and drove to a pier, because as far as he knows, not far away on the island of Utøya, there are hundreds of high-level children attending summer camps. Wearing a police uniform, Anders managed to fool the teacher who was guarding the dock. He then ordered all students to gather together under the pretext of promoting safety knowledge. But the male teacher who came to meet him soon noticed something unusual, and he strongly demanded to see Anders' credentials. The next, the man pulled out a gun and killed him. 2 teachers were killed instantly. The loud sound also attracted the attention of all the students. Due to their lack of social experience, they are not aware of the danger coming. It wasn't until the mob showed up with guns that everyone got scared, but it was too late.
一场屠杀正式开始。
In Anders' eyes, the fleeing students were like lambs to the slaughter. With each bullet taking a life, Anders saw a large number of students running into the woods, so it took his time to follow. Due to the remote location of the island and the previous bombing of a government building, it took at least an hour and a half for the police to arrive. At this time, Anders accidentally noticed that there were many students in the lounge who did not know what was happening. Anders, faced with this great opportunity, pretends to be a policeman to calm them down. And what happened to them was obvious. He wanted to
You will die today.
Students in the woods on the other side are still running fast, and those who run slowly are shot by the mob. Most of them, led by squad leaders, climb to the center of the cliff, hoping to escape through a blind spot. However, a few of them, because of lack of experience, lie down under a dirt slope and try to escape by pretending to be dead. But the reality is far more cruel than they think. The students heard gunshots not far away, and they hid on the edge of the cliff knowing exactly what was going on. Soon the mob arrived, and everyone was too afraid to make a sound. But Lady Luck did not favor them. When Anders looked over from the side, the students were instantly exposed. They all jumped off the beach, hoping for a chance of survival. At this time, several students were shot, and the monitor was shot 4 times and fell in a pool of blood. Anders saw that people were almost killed, and this was reluctant to part with the turn to leave. By this time, riot police had managed to land on the island, and they looked at the bodies in the mountains, even people living in the rain of bullets, to see the shock. After some searching, they finally meet Anders in the woods. But just when everyone thought the thug was going to resist, he dropped his weapon and raised his hands in surrender. It turns out that Anders is really a Norwegian extreme rightist. In their eyes, all alien races and sects should be invaded. And because the country does not have the death penalty, even if he killed so many people, the maximum sentence would be 21 years in prison. The man showed no remorse for his crime. When he was questioned by the police, he then appointed Norway's most famous lawyer to take on his case. But the lawyer doesn't want to deal with this monster, and it's clear that anyone who helps this bastard is a public enemy. But Anders forced him to compromise with the lives of his family. But the lawyer had to bite his tongue, because the lawyer knows in his heart that most of these extreme right-wing elements are crazy. No one likes them, and being targeted by them is tantamount to being sentenced to death. The lawyer then plans to start with Anders' mental health. Once it works, he could be released in court. When the families of all the victims saw the news, they got together and they came to the government building to protest together. Under the pressure of public opinion, the judge finally decided to reject the original judgment and reevaluate. When Anders learned of this, he gave up pretending to be mentally ill because he wanted everyone to know that he was doing what he was doing for this country. Soon the final trial began. According to statistics, the terrorist act caused a total of 77 deaths and hundreds of injuries. In court, Anders was defiant and unapologetic, even making Nazi gestures in public several times. He maintained his innocence and said he would do the same thing again if he could go back in time. Due to Norway's strong focus on human rights, there is no death penalty or life imprisonment, and Anders was sentenced to only 21 years in prison. Ironically, Anders' one-man prison, which is not only a suite made up of 3 rooms, even offers video games and fitness. A judge, on the other hand, was removed from office for issuing a recommendation that he should be put to death.